What's going on, guys? My name's Jordan. I am brand new to AI. I've been working on it for about 6 months or so now, and I'm going to start making some YouTube videos and tutorials so that people get started. It's a pretty steep learning curve if you've never even installed Python before, which I know, well, I certainly hadn't when I decided to get into it. So I'm just going to do some YouTube videos of some projects that I'm interested in. I'm going to go step by step, and if you have any questions, make sure you ask. I'm happy to help, and hopefully together we can learn to make some cool bots to play games and maybe solve some Kaggle competitions and just really any project that's suitable for deep learning. So I should go back to here. So this is a website called Riddles.io, which I found on the weekend, and these guys have a game called Connect 4, which 4 in a row. I'll reload the page. And so the idea is, can we make a bot to play the game, and the objective is to connect 4 tokens in a row, so you can either go vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. These are 2 random bots playing. And our bot will be using deep learning from TensorFlow, or through TensorFlow, and we're going through from the absolute ground zero to hopefully win the competition, or at least have a bot that can compete or at least play the game. So I have spent a couple of days working on just making sure that I can do this, and I've got a bot that can play somewhat, and so I'm going to film up until that point, and then I'll continue working on it, and I'll keep releasing videos and see how far we can get. So I've got a notebook here which goes through all of the steps, and so my plan is to use this notebook and then show you guys step by step how to do it. So if you need any help, go to the notebook, because I think everything's in there, but then you can also watch the videos. So let's get started. I'll bring this back actually. So the first thing that we need to do is install this game, and Riddles.io have a pretty cool way of playing the game on your computer. So we've already been to this website here. This is the one that we just saw, playing 4 in a row. So the next thing we need to do is install the game. So they've got this GitHub website here. So if I take this link and go in the browser, you need to make sure you've got Java 8 installed, Node.js installed, and Yarn. So I've already done that, but apart from that, I'm going to show you how to do everything else. But these you can just Google. So we need to clone this repository, which when I first started, I didn't even know how to do that. So what I do is click on this clone button and then go open in desktop, and hopefully, no, that's not how I want to do it. This is it here. File, clone repository, URL, and then I can go to here and copy this. I move my camera. I'm using my phone. And I'm going to put it in my GitHub folder, clone. And then we're going to go view, show and explorer. All right, so go back to the notebook. So I'm going to move the notebook into my second screen. So if you've got 2 screens, I'd recommend putting it on the side. So the next thing we need to do is open a command prompt, and we need to cd into this directory here. So we can click, copy that directory, come back to here, paste, and now we're in that directory. And then we need to install dependencies by running yarn. So we go yarn, and that installs. I'm not sure what it installs. And then once that's done, we can go start yarn. Done in 1.1 seconds. Do we have the game? No native. Try again. Start. I think we go yarn start actually. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, I'm going to change my notebook quickly. All right, my bad. That's why it's good going through it. So we've opened up the game and nothing's happening. And that is because we haven't actually got a bot loaded. So, and you can see that it's had some error and nothing happens. So on the original website, which is here, there is a way for us to, we can download what's called a starter bot, which is here. We're not starting from scratch, I'm going to use Python. So we scroll down to here, Python 3, and then we download. And we'll grab that, show in folder. I've already got this actually on my desktop, so I'll drag it to my desktop. It's already here. So we copy that into our GitHub repository that we just brought in, which is here, paste. And now what we want to do is go back to the game, and then we go settings. So one of the settings I changed was the timeout. So in this top part up here, just make that 1,000 milliseconds. Otherwise it takes forever to just tell you if you've got an error. If you need to increase that, we can later. That's me. So I'm not quite sure what your thing will come up with here because I've already changed it, but we'll start again. So we're going to access Python, and then because we've got the main file in the directory of the bot, we can go ./main.py. Copy that. So we're playing it on both bot 1 and bot 2, save. Now we can run the match. Hopefully it plays a game, which it seems to look like it's doing. And there we go. So we haven't even looked at what we don't even know what the bot's doing. Well, I know it's playing a random game. So, but at least it works. So we've got a game to play. So let's have a quick look at what that main file is. So we don't have to change much about this. I haven't even really looked into exactly what it's doing, but basically we've got some settings, we've got a field, these are classes and objects. If you haven't looked into those, don't worry too much. State, this I haven't looked at. Update, I don't have to worry about. Action, we don't have to worry about. This is what we are going to be playing with, the make move, and there's a nice to do here, so we implement the bot logic here. And so what seems to happen is the bot does its thing, and then it says make move, and at the moment it's saying I want a random, it's going to choose a random column between 0 and the field width -1, and then it's going to place that disk in that random column. So that's why it's playing a random game, and this is the setup. So we're going to, in the next video, we're going to change this function here, because that's what's going to make us, well, this is the logic that our bot's using, and the first thing we really want to do is record games, because until we can record games, there's not much we can do. So on the next video, I'm going to go into part 2, which is figuring out how do we record some of these random games. All right, see you guys.